You're watching The 12th Man at Arrowhead Drive, hosted by Kevin Britton, right here on Stadium Drive Sports.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the 12th Man at Arrowhead Drive. If you're new to the channel, I am your host, Kevin Britton, bringing you all your Chiefs content every Sunday and every Wednesday. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share, and tune in for all of your updates on everything for your Kansas City Chiefs. So today I want to just do a quick kind of roster reset, if you will. Let's take a look at the offense, take a look at the defense, see who we currently have, what spots have been filled, what spots are still open, who we have that didn't really play much of a role or was on the practice squad that could be on the active roster this upcoming year if we don't fill those additional spots. So we will start by taking a look at the Chiefs offense, and we will start with that right after this. Special announcement. We are going to be running a contest here on Stadium Drive Sports for one of our viewers to get an opportunity to come on and be a guest on the 12th Man at Arrowhead Drive with myself, Kevin Britton, and we can sit down. We can talk Chiefs. If you're interested in being a guest on the show, please send an email to stadiumdrivesports@gmail.com. In the subject line, put 12th Man Fan, and then let us know why you want to come on the show and if you have a specific topic that you would like to discuss. Again, that email address is stadiumdrivesports@gmail.com. Get your entries in now, and we look forward to chatting with you. All right, guys, let's go ahead and hop right into it here today. We're going to start by taking a look at the Chiefs offense. So let's just get a quick rundown here. So we have obviously Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. Backup right now would be Shane Buechele, developmental guy. I think it's very possible that we bring in somebody that's more of a veteran as well. And we'll see what happens after camp. I think we have at least 3 in camp, and then we make the decision on if we want to maintain 3 moving forward. At running back, we have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and then we have Derek Gore. So obviously still at least 1 spot to fill on the active roster, if not 2, depending on how we feel about Gore and if we want him to, legitimately be in our rotation during the regular season. Fullback, we brought back Mike Burton. Tight end, we have Travis Kelce, a hopefully healthy Jody Fortson. Obviously, we hope that he can come back and pick up where he left off, at least by the time the season starts. So wait and see there. And then Noah Gray, who still continuing to develop and grow and I think kind of catch up to the speed of the NFL. Kind of a wait and see approach on his progression. So could be looking at bringing in another tight end. I don't consider it to be a necessity, but it's definitely something that could happen. Wide receiver, we have Tyreek Hill and Mecole Hardman. We have Josh Gordon back. And then kind of practice squad guys, we have Daurice Fountain, saw a little bit of time last year, and then Cornell Powell as well. So still need to look to fill that number 2 role. And then at that point, we're looking at, where's the confidence level with a Gordon, with a Fountain, with a Powell? How are those guys progressing as well? So definitely still a definite need at the wide receiver position. Offensive line, pretty well intact with our starters with Orlando Brown Jr., Joe Thuney, Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith, Lucas Niang. Now the Lucas Niang, don't know where our confidence is. I think it's mostly comes down to a health confidence because I think his play on the field is just fine, especially with the other 4 guys that are there. If Lucas Niang is your weakest offensive lineman, you are in really good shape for an offensive line. But I don't know where he is health-wise and if he'll be ready for the season. So definitely we need a lot of depth added. Right now we have Prince Tega Wanogu, and Nick Allegretti is our only real depth pieces. Love Allegretti, love his flexibility. So definitely need to continue to add depth there and really just assess Lucas Niang and if he's going to be ready for the start of the season. Because if not, we need to make at least a temporary move to get somebody in that we feel is starting caliber, whether that's bringing back an Andrew Wiley or looking elsewhere in free agency or even potentially the draft. But I think free agent would be the way to go with that specific spot. So again, offense, our biggest need right now, as we all know, is wide receiver. I'd like you guys to leave me a comment down below. I'll actually make this today's question to the kingdom. Who do you want to be the Chiefs wide receiver 2 next season? So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think and what your thoughts are. Next, we are going to take a look at the Chiefs defensive roster, what it looks like currently, and we will do that right after this.
Welcome, Royals Empire. You now have an informative, interactive show made right here in Kansas City and made just for the Royals fans. Hosted by me, Sean Barr. Let me take you down the Royal way as you indulge yourself with some great Royals coverage along with coverage around the league, plus a variety of fun segments. Might even learn a thing or two, even for the avid fan. Come join me. This is the Royal Way, only here on Stadium Drive Sports.
All right, guys. So we're just going to jump right into this. Let's take a look at the Chiefs defensive roster. So at defensive end, we did restructure Frank Clark. So Frank Clark back in the fold. Backing him up, we have Mike Dana and Malik Herring. Herring was out this whole past season due to injury. So we'll see what we have in Malik Herring and see if he's somebody that is going to be able to contribute. Defensive tackle, we still need a starter unless we feel that Tershawn Wharton is ready to fill that role, or Kalen Sanders for that matter. Kalen Sanders could be an option as well. And then obviously we have Chris Jones at the other defensive tackle spot. Defensive end, don't have a current starter in that spot. Joshua Kando is a potential rotational piece on passing downs. It's something that we could look to do as well. Linebackers, we still only have the 2 linebackers currently, Nick Bolton and Willie Gay Jr., so undoubtedly need a 3rd linebacker. If he can be a coverage linebacker, that is ideal. That cuts down our necessity of a 4th linebacker that can play many snaps during the regular season. If we have 3 healthy and that 3rd one that we bring in can excel in coverage, it's going to make our life a lot easier. At cornerback, we have L'Jarius Sneed. We have Rashard Fenton. Now, Fenton could be a number 2 when we bring in a strictly slot corner, or Sneed would be considered our number 3, and we would bring in another outside corner that would play. Now, if you guys remember, the way we kind of did that this past year is Fenton was our 3rd, but when he came in, he did play on the outside. Sneed was a starter, but when we went to 3 corners, Sneed slid into the slot. So we could still look to have a couple of different ways to go about that. But we do have DeAndre Baker back this year. We did tender him. So Baker is back. And then at safety, the big signing that we've had so far, Justin Reed. Again, great signing. If you haven't seen my previous video talking about Justin Reed coming to Kansas City, go check it out. I think it's a great addition. I love him and Juan Thornhill back there manning the backside of the defense. So that is where we currently stand. So as we could see, we got a lot more holes to fill on the defensive side. Defensive tackle, defensive end, linebacker, cornerback. Another safety is kind of needed as well, to be honest with you, because the way it stands right now, we have Boodle, who could potentially play some corner or safety for us. Zane Anderson, who could potentially play some corner or safety. So a couple of guys that were kind of on the practice squad, maybe saw just a little bit of playing time this past season that we look to continue to develop. And maybe they could be part of the 53-man roster. Maybe they could really contribute to the depth that we need. Just have to kind of wait and see. But I would like for you guys, if you could, leave a comment down below and let me know which position you think is the most important to fill. I know for some it's going to be defensive end. We need a highly touted defensive end that can apply pressure. For other people, it's all about filling that spot that's left with Ward being in San Francisco now, and you really want to fill that cornerback spot. So let me know what you guys think. I want to know, what is the most important spot for us to fill that we have left right now? And if you have a preference, who would you like to see us bring in, whether it be a free agent or a draft signing that you'd like to see come in and fill in those spots? So let me know that down below as well. I'm continuing to monitor any moves that happen in free agency. And if Chiefs make any signings or any moves, I will hop on as quickly as I can and give that information to you guys. So stay up to date for all of your Chiefs news. And if there isn't anything breaking, again, you can catch me here at my regular times, Sunday and Wednesday, right here on Stadium Drive Sports. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel and click that like button. It'll help us get out to more Chiefs fans, and we can really grow the 12th man fam right here on Stadium Drive Sports. But again, appreciate you tuning in. Until next time.